Hey guys, Peter here to do an album review. Today I'm here to tell you all about the latest from Dark Sarah Grimm, out July 17th on Napalm Records. This album has 12 tracks, 55 minutes in length, and this the band's 4 full-length studio album. New album, new protagonist, new adventures, but a very familiar style, structure, and definitely approach, one that suits the storytelling side of the band and also the overall concept of this album. The record starts off with My Name is Luna, a song that introduces you to the main protagonist in a very atmospheric way. It really sets the tone for what the record is going to offer you, the listener, not just from a structural perspective, but definitely from a sound approach as well. This is a record that overall has a very unique feel to it, and that individually offers you something completely different. Overall is very cohesive. You really feel like you're listening to an audiobook with 12 chapters. Each song is a chapter in that book. So this allows it to be together, it allows it to have the right fluidity, it allows it to have the right approach and really feel as one. When you look at the individual tracks on the album, they are very different from each other. Each one of them has a unique structure, a unique construction, a unique atmosphere, and definitely a unique sound. And that is important from a storytelling aspect because each song is a different part of the story. It's a story within itself, so it has to represent the song well. So having those individual songs created almost in a vacuum in order to be able to tell that part of the story is extremely important, but then you have to find a way to connect them all together in order to have this audiobook format style album. The way they did that, in my opinion, is that they merged the songs extremely well, allowing the end of one track to bleed into the beginning of the next track. This gives a sense of continuity to the album. It gives it the perfect fluidity and the perfect touch base points in order to hold all the songs together and not just feel like 12 independent tracks. It really feels like a complete album, even though they're very unique and they're very different from each other when you look at all 12 songs on this record. As far as the sound is concerned, this is an album that's built upon symphonic metal. That is the baseline of the record, but that is not the be-all and end-all as far as sound is concerned. I really felt that the record had a very diverse sound. They really took different approaches with different songs, understanding the lyrics, that story that they were telling you, the moment within the bigger picture of the overall concept of the record, where they were in, and then infusing that track with the necessary atmospheric elements, either be from a musical perspective or from a vocal perspective, in order to bring the track to life and give the song the necessary soundscape that it really needed in order to elevate itself and be that important piece of the big pie or the big picture of the whole record. So I really like what they did with the sound, not just going with one single approach across every single song, really trying different avenues, trying different ideas, different sounds, different collaborations of elements, how they merge them together, how they deliver them. All of this really created a very eclectic record, at least a very diverse album across all 12 songs. So it's really diverse, not only from a structural perspective, but then very diverse from a sound perspective as well. Vocally, what can I say? Heidi is absolutely magnificent. She is really consistent across every single song. She always delivers. She always understands exactly what the song calls for. What is the mood? What is the atmosphere? What do I need in order to enhance the beauty of the story that I'm telling you, but also infuse a lot of emotion into that storytelling aspect? It's such an important moment, and it's such an important piece of the pie. You have to bring the lyrics to life. You have to bring the story to life. You have to paint a vivid picture with your words and with the music that you're putting together. And I believe that Heidi really does that across every single song. She has this magnificent ability to really bring things to the forefront, give them the necessary emotional drive in order to really magnetize the track and really enhance the beauty and the atmosphere and the mood that the songs have. I also enjoy the choirs, the humming, the backing vocals, all of those elements that get added to the overall vocal track is really important. It really enhances the way the songs are constructed. It enhances the flavor that the tracks have, and it definitely gives it a lot more layers and a lot more structure. This is a great record, great production, great storytelling, great album. It really brings this magic world to life through the music, through the sound, but also through the lyrics and then through the vocals. I just felt that all the pieces were perfectly put together in order to have an album, like I said, an audiobook of a record with 12 chapters that you really feel captivated by each and every single chapter, each one of them giving you a different feel, a different presence. Really important for an album like this, really important for a concept record like this one. Now, as far as songs are concerned, I want to start off with The Chosen One. This is my favorite song on the record, or is at least in my top 3 of my favorite songs of the album. I really love this track. It's just really incredible song, and how it's put together and how it sounds. It has this 80s synth opening, just incredible sound, so dynamic, so fluid, so joyful, if you will, almost psychedelic at times in how it sounds. Great atmosphere. The synths really add atmosphere into the track. Heidi's vocals take over the song. She absolutely overpowers everything. She has a huge presence within this track. The chorus is pure symphonic bliss, both musically and vocally. I really felt like both worlds came together to create this just larger than life, just huge wall of sound coming at you from the chorus. Is absolutely magnificent. A song that will captivate the listener. It has a little bit of a bite as far as the guitars and drums are concerned, but it's definitely not the main driving force. This is a song that's really driven by that synthesizer melody, that incredible 80s vibe. Like I said, almost psychedelic, and Heidi's vocals. Those two elements are really the ones that are pushing the song forward, but it's nice that they infused a little bit more of a bite from the guitars and drums throughout the track. Just a few pieces here and there, just to give the song a little bit more of extra substance to it. Next, Illuminate, a great track, a more melodic and more upbeat song, if you will. I really like the linear approach that this track has, really merging the verses and the chorus. You don't feel like the song is really broken into two. The Chosen One, there's definitely a divide between verses and chorus. This one, there is a divide, but the divide is not as substantial, so it's a lot more linear in the way it moves, and it always has this great melody. It never loses that. It doesn't matter if it's the verses or the chorus. This is a song that never loses the melody. It never loses that upbeat sound that it has. Heidi's vocals once again come through in this song, adding to that melody, adding to that feeling of being very upbeat of the song, having a lot of light into it. So I like what she did. She just enhanced everything that was around her already and really expands upon it. The chorus is absolutely magnificent. I felt that the backing vocals on the chorus really added an important aspect as far as the atmosphere and as far as the melody and sound of this track is concerned, and it really brings it all together. It really wraps itself into this cocoon of pure melody and joy and brightness and light. Last but not least, the Hex. This track has a different way of being structured and definitely a different way of being delivered. I felt that it has a lot more of atmospheric elements into it, specifically in the verses, really stripped down. You really feel like a little bit more of a somber vibe coming from this song, and then more of a powerful chorus with a lot more volume, with a lot more strength, with a lot more energy. The guitar solo on this song following the second chorus is magnificent. It really picks up all the energy that this track has up until that point. The energy not only of the chorus that's very powerful, but also that dark energy that the verses have. Blends these two elements together, these two very different elements together, and then explodes them onto the song with this just incredible creativity in how this solo is put together. Tons of melody, tons of creativity, over the top, long, extended, going in different directions, but still staying connected with the song, still staying connected with the overall vibe that the track has, and really merging the two different sides of the song. After the solo, it goes back into the chorus, and then that's how it closes off in a very traditional way. This is a very traditional, structured style song, but one that still has a lot of creativity and has a lot of great elements. The solo is definitely one of the standout elements within this track. This is it, guys. This is Dark Sarah Grimm. Once again, out July 17th on Napalm Records. Let me know your thoughts on the band, on the singles. Use the comment section below. I'll be reading those and getting back to you. Take care, guys.